63 members. So here's the royal decree. Royal decree removing the diplomatic immunity of the Central Bank of Canada and all of its personnel. I, Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I of the Kingdom of Canada under natural law, issue this royal decree dated today, DIVINA INDUSTRIA 27, year 0035, May 25, 2025. I am Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I, the official reigning monarch of the Kingdom of Canada, hereby issue this royal decree as follows. Section 1. Revocation of diplomatic immunity of Central Bank and all of its personnel. All diplomatic immunity, legal protections, and privileges previously granted to the Central Bank of Canada, its officials, representatives, and agents are hereby revoked, nullified, and canceled in accordance with the laws of the Kingdom of Canada and the principles of justice and the rule of law. Section 2. Or should I read that slowly? I'll read this one slowly. Number 1, revocation of diplomatic immunity. All diplomatic immunity, legal protections, and privileges previously granted to the Central Bank of Canada, its officials, representatives, and agents are hereby revoked, nullified, and canceled in accordance with the laws of the Kingdom of Canada and the principles of justice and the rule of law. Section 2. Immediate effect. This decree shall take immediate effect and apply to all actions, operations, and activities of the Central Bank of Canada, past, present, and future. Section 3. Purpose and intent. This decree is issued in the interest of the sovereignty of the Kingdom of Canada, the rule of law, and the public good, to ensure that no institution, including central banks, is above the law in the Kingdom of Canada. Section 4. Submission to legal authority. This decree is submitted to the Cabinet of the Kingdom of Canada for immediate ratification. While Her Royal Majesty is issuing this royal decree, there's no ratification needed. In accordance with the Constitution of the Kingdom of Canada, given under the royal hand and seal, this day Divina Industria 27, year 0035, May 25, 2025. Your Excellency.
Thank you, Your Royal Majesty. I'm going to read now the rationales for Royal Decree Revocation of Diplomatic Immunity of the Central Bank of Canada. Number 1, restoration of sovereign authority.
Okay. Restoration of sovereign authority. This decree is issued to affirm the sovereignty of the Kingdom of Canada and ensure that no institution, including the central bank, operates beyond the reach of national law.
Number 2 is promotion of the rule of law.
Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I seeks to reinforce the principle that No entity is above the law, including central banks, which are public institutions and public institutions tasked with serving the public interest.
Number 3, public accountability and transparency.
This decree is aimed at increasing transparency and public accountability within central bank, ensuring that its actions are subject to legal scrutiny and oversight.
Number 4, response to alleged misconduct, abuse of power.
Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I issued the decree to respond to allegations of misconduct, financial impropriety, and or abuse of power by central banks, and seeking to investigate and hold accountable those responsible. So remember, to all those central bankers, past and present, your immunity has been revoked and retroactive 1930, which means the transactions that took place from now going back to 1930 is now subject to judicial and investigation and financial forensic audit.
Number 5, affirmation of monarchical authority.
Number 5, affirmation of monarchical authority. The royal decree serves to assert Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo's role as the official reigning monarch of the Kingdom of Canada in overseeing the governance and operations of key national institutions. This is also where we the people, through the financial forensic audit, will be able to know where have the billions of dollars that went missing. Was the central bank part and parcel of the transfer out of the country? Who were responsible? Who amongst the previous central governors, central bank governors, exchanged keys with particular central bank and transferred billions of funds away from the Kingdom of Canada, unbeknownst to the SWIFT system? Because when you, as I had explained before, if you want to transfer large amount of funds, the two central banks can exchange keys, and it is unknown to the public. And within 30 seconds, trillions of dollars is transferred from one country to the next without anyone knowing, with the exception of the central bank governor or the deputy who holds those keys and has special authorization to exchange keys with the other bank and transfer, as I said, monies. And there's no way for the regular folks, for the common IAMs to know that billions, if not trillions, has been siphoned off their country sent to another country. Have you noticed that was it America that could not trace trillions of dollars? But with the diplomatic immunity, not only of the central bank, imagine that a central bank is not even a sovereign country, and yet it was given diplomatic immunity as well as its personnel and agents. What was the excuse? Because they were dealing with international global transactions, dealing with international relations. So because you were dealing with international business, you required secrecy laws, you required immunity rather than transparency laws to ensure that no criminality was conducted between two countries and that the transactions were transparent. Because the argument was that, well, the central banks needed immunity so that they could handle transactions freely without interference, without an oversight. Really? So was the Bank for International Settlement established to allow for high-financed criminality to occur? For between countries to steal money from we the people and give it to another country? Question to ponder. And was it to protect the central bank's personnel who were committing these crimes, if any? Was that why they were granted immunity, diplomatic immunity, and given sovereignty? Interesting questions to think about. And someone just said, Queen Romana, my head is going to split open from all these questions and all the royal decrees you have just released. But these are questions that we the people should start asking. Why, if you were dealing with international companies or other countries, why did you need diplomatic immunity? What was it that you didn't want the public to know that you were doing overseas, and vice versa? And the more important question is, why did the government of the day give diplomatic immunity to the central banks and their personnel, sheltering them from judicial scrutiny? It's like creating a trust account. No one could verify what was in it, how much, and who was in charge, and where did it go. So I think, Your Excellency, that's all what I have for now with the royal decrees. And for those of you who have been wondering what happened to the previous royal decrees, all the royal decrees, I think beginning 284. I have it on my desk as we had read them. And because the Queen is busy writing more royal decrees, in between that gardening, and in between that writing your Charter of Rights and Freedoms under natural law and writing your constitutions under natural law, I've been sort of unable to get to the previous royal decrees. So I will take time the next 2 weeks to start posting them on the internet, on Telegram, so that they can be posted on our channel, on our website. Thank you. So, Your Excellency.
All right. Well, first and foremost, Your Royal Majesty, thank you so much for all your dedication, your hard work, your connection with source to receive those downloads. Sometimes right before event, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes 10 minutes. As I said several times, oh no, I won't be speaking. I'll just go through the ceremony, administer the oath, and then done. And then all of a sudden, I find myself sitting at my other office and typing furiously because I have a message to deliver to the people. And Her Excellency Darlene Ondi will come in and say, "Hi, Queen Romana," and then I'm not saying quickly as the thought continue to arrive. And for those of you writers, when you have that opportunity where the flow of information is coming, you don't want that interruption. So that's what happens when I have to either write a royal decree or the speech minutes before I come live online here. Okay.
Yes, so I again want to thank you for taking these very valuable moments to spend with we the people, not only of the Kingdom of Canada, but around the world, because you are educating us for the first time. And the love, compassion that you have for we the people to make certain that Earth 2.0 is in absolute 2060. And I want to say what an honor and privilege it is to be beside you, to watch all the hard work that you do and setting the example for we the people. And I also want to mention that Her Royal Majesty is educating us in areas of the Bank of International Settlements. This may be one of the first times that many IMs in the Kingdom of Canada and around the world are actually hearing of that term, and how hidden and how secret many of these transactions were right in the daylight without us knowing, and now bringing it out to the forefront for all to see.
So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Your Excellency. I believe I still have gardening I have to do.
You do,
and there are still some, what have you, I think several posts that must go up, and then there is also the putting up of the garden fence so that the royal puppies don't go and start giving kisses to the little plants that are growing. I saw Her Royal Highness Princess giving kisses to the potato plants the other day, and I'm like, don't give her kisses. Off limits.
Yes.
So,
and of course the reminder, Your Royal Majesty, of Circle of Friends tomorrow at 11 a.m. with the panelists, as you had mentioned previous. So those that are on Circle of Friends channel, please take the time to go through that. And the reminder to we the people to please listen with new ears to the recording of this very invaluable Coffee with Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I, and write down the questions that Her Royal Majesty has asked of us, and research and find the answers.
And for those of you who are new, this is why there was such a huge investment in the smearing campaign against Queen Romana Didulo I. Because I was a threat to the old system. I was a threat to the old systems and their people, because they knew that Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I works for we the people, not working for the old system. So this is why the smear campaign, the mainstream media was given a full marching orders to discredit Queen Romana's work, Queen Romana, to smear Queen Romana. And then there's the select few that took money to be paid. to harass and intimidate Queen Romana and team, and even to issue threats. Because they didn't want Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I to issue these royal decrees that removes the shackles on all Canadian nationals, removing the enslavement, the oppression, and disclosing the truth as to how the old system had been operating to enslave the Widi people for centuries. With that, I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you, and thank you to the children. I love you very much. Thank you to all ministers. Thank you to His Excellency Chris, who has been admin behind the background, and of course, Her Excellency Darlene Ondi for joining me today, and to our regional and national ministers and prime ministers from different continents. Thank you and good night.
Good night,
and of
everyone.
course, thank you to the royal puppies who have been behaving very, very well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you again very soon. We'll see you, many of you, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Circle of Friends with Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I.